Hey everyone, my name is Jim, and I'm a poker player from Pennsylvania. Probably asking yourself, why does anybody want to do a poker vlog these days? There's so many out there, and I understand it. I actually put one out 6 years ago, and it pretty much stunk. It wasn't very good at all. The graphics were horrible. I didn't know what I was doing, and I still don't know what I'm doing. I'm not a video editor. I'm not a person that can talk into the camera that easily. And for anybody that doesn't know, doing these vlogs is very tough. Very tough. One, you have to get all the video. And it's really hard to do with the casinos nowadays unless you have permission. But you can't get permission unless they see some of your content. So it's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. So you're forced to go into the casinos and actually, hide what you're doing for a while until people get to know your content, and then they'll give you permission to actually vlog in there. And even with that, I've had a few rooms that I've had permission just to vlog in, and the people at the table do not like it. They don't want your phone on the table. They don't want your videos taken, even though you're just recording your hands. None of their faces or anything that comes in to play unless they give you permission, and they just don't like it. They're old school. They complain about it. I've had to shut down a couple times. But I think I got a pretty good system now where I can get the table footage that I need without anybody knowing. And also I got a little better at the graphics and putting everything together. Talking into the camera is still something that I'm going to have to work on in the future, and hopefully I get more comfortable doing that. What are my goals for this channel? I don't have any. I just want to document my journey. This particular vlog, I got the footage back in June. I went to the World Series, and for the first time ever, I cashed in a World Series of Poker event. I played the Event 17 $800 deep stack, and I finished pretty deep in it. And I was pretty proud of myself because I am a cash game player. I am not a tournament player, but I've been working on the last few years getting better at tournaments. And I just want to document my journey because a dream of mine has always been to play in the World Series of Poker main event. Of course, that's a lot of money for me. Poker is not my main source of income. I do have a job, and I just part-time grind whenever I can. And overall, I'm a pretty winning player. So I just decided, you know what? No more excuses. I'm just going to get out there. I'm going to get the footage that I need. I'm going to document my journey, and hopefully some of you guys will get some entertainment out of it, and you'll subscribe to the channel, and we can go on the journey together. So without further ado, this is the first episode of the reboot of my vlog, GenXPoker. eventually get checked into our hotel. We get some food and we run over to the Horseshoe and we register for the tournament. There was no line, which is good. And we get a good night's sleep, and this is actually the next morning.
I am not a tournament player. I'm mostly a cash game player, but I've been concentrating more on tournaments. And I do come out to the World Series to play a few events. You know, nothing really crazy, just a couple events, have a vacation, guys trip for the week. So today we're playing the $800 deep stack. It's a good tournament structure. I'm hoping to actually make it day 2 and get my first World Series of Poker cash, because I've never cashed a World Series of Poker event. That's one of my goals this year, and hopefully we can change the patch out from running bad to either running just okay or running good. All right, wish me luck.
For this time, this is number 17, $800 deep stack. All players, you should be taking a look at your ticket as long as it says Horseshoe, you're in the correct room. Now you're going to look at the color. And on that ticket, it will say blue or orange. That'll get you.
All right, event 17, $800 deep stack. I'm not going to vlog the tournament because I really want to concentrate on the tournament and try to bag up today and make it day 2. But I will give updates on the breaks and also some hand breakdowns. There's the whip. All right, it's first break. I got 46-1. Craig, what do you got?
31-5, I believe.
31-5. So just a little, but we're early in the rounds, and Craig's gonna fight back. But I'm playing small ball. I got one guy who's a really long tanker. You can tell that he's studied. Another guy's pretty much high, and he's really aggressive. But then the rest of the table is just playing like I expected. So made it to the first break. Might have to switch the patch out to running just okay. All right, let's go over a hand that I played just before the start of the first break. So in this particular hand, I'm at 100, 100, 100 big blind ante level, and I am in the small blind with 2-3 clubs. The cutoff calls 100, and I complete, and the big blind checks his option. The board comes queen of clubs, 5 of clubs, 6 of hearts. So I have the low end of the straight and a flush possibility. It's a lower flush, so I'm very cautious playing this hand. And I check, and the big blind bets 300. At this time, the cutoff folds, gets out of the pot, and I decide to check raise here with my combo draw. So I raise to 800, and the big blind calls. The turn comes the 4 of spades. I bet 1.2k into a 3.2k pot, and the big blind calls. And when we go to the river, the queen of diamonds hits. It's not a very good card for me, but I'm putting him on a queen, but I just don't know because he's in the big blind and he checked his option. If he's on some queen X and he made full house, then I'm pretty in bad shape here. But I decide that I'm going to bet 2.5k and see what he does. And he folds. So I take down a 6.9k pot. And later on, he told me he had ace 8 of clubs. So he was drawing to the nut flush here, and he picked up the additional equity on the turn for the top end of the straight. And I am really glad that he didn't make either of his draws, because I take this 6.9K pot down with the low end of the straight. If you're no stranger to YouTube, then you know Lexi Gavin Mather. So I got to meet her on this trip, and here we go. She's a pretty good vlogger, and she just wrote a book. And for Craig's birthday, I actually bought him a copy of the book, and then I emailed her to see if on the break she would autograph the copies for us. And she was so accommodating, her and her husband, to actually set this up when she was trying to film her own vlog too. So I just want to give a shout out to Lexi and check her out on YouTube. This is Lexi Gavin Mather. She's got a really great YouTube channel, and she does coaching. So if LexiGavinMather.com, right? Yes, and then she signed my book and also Craig's book, and she was gracious enough to meet us when she's busy with her tournament. So really appreciate that. And this is Bob, hashtag more Bob. We love you, Bob. Everyone loves you.
I give you hope, right?
Yeah, you do. You give everyone hope.
I know.
Oh yeah.
I'm like a superhero called like Captain Luckpot.
All right, so we are on the second break. I got involved in a hand, and we're going to do the hand history right after this. But my nemesis hand, if I play anybody that has King Jack off in their hand, I'm losing the pot, no matter what. Whether I get it in good, whether I don't get it in good. I don't know about this hand, but the guy's pretty sticky. He actually looks like fake Daniel Negreanu. And I was all the way down to 13-9, so 17 big blinds at the point, and I felt myself tilting a little, and I just stayed in and grinded. I really been working on my mindset lately, and now I'm back up to 43,000. Second break's almost over, so we're going to just keep on grinding. Craig's up. Sorry, Craig.
It happens.
Yeah, I know.
All in ace queen with ace king with 21 big blinds. It's gonna happen.
Parking lot
There's
hand.
only one or two hands that I wish I played differently, and that was one of them. So.
Now, did you whip your cards in the middle?
No, of course not. Like.
I'm going to get that on video someday. I swear to God, I'm going to get on video for the whole world to see. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome, but it's got to be real. So,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm not mad when I'm out here losing, and in tournaments, it's going to happen. Cash game is differently when they're calling bets that they shouldn't have. I get it.
I'm going to hire a cameraman just to follow you around on all cash games because I got to get it. I got to get it on video at least once. All right. See you at the next break. All right. So let's get into the second hand. Right now we're at 300, 600, 600 level in the tournament. I've been winning a lot of small ball pots, and I actually built up a stack, but this hand didn't go my way. I am in the big blind with 10 of spades and 10 of diamonds. And it gets to the cutoff, and the cutoff raises to 2.1K. Everyone folds, comes back around to me, and I decide to call for 2.1K. I was thinking about maybe a 3-bet here, but I'm on a position, and 10s are pretty tricky to play, and I didn't want to put myself in a bad situation early in the tournament. The flop comes Jack of Hearts, 8 of Hearts, 6 of Clubs. I didn't think it was too bad of a flop for me. I am worried about the Jack, of course, if he's got Ace Jack, King Jack, which, by the way, is my nemesis hand. I cannot beat it. And I check over to the aggressor and cutoff bets 2.2K. This guy's kind of sticky. I realize that now. I didn't realize that at the time. I actually nicknamed him Sticky Daniel Negreanu by the end of day one, and I actually see him at my table on day 2. But I end up calling the 2.2K. I think folding here is a little bit too nitty, and I want to see what the turn brings and reevaluate. So the turn brings the 6 of spades, and now I decide I'm going to put him to the test, and I bet 6K into the 9.9K pot.
and the cutoff just calls. So at this point, I'm thinking that he might be on a heart draw. He might not have a strong jack, and I could probably get him off on the river. And when the river brings in the 9 of clubs, so now we have a paired board. We have a board that has straight possibilities on the board. He didn't raise me on the turn, so I decided to bet 15K. Now, I decided on this amount just because of the chip stacks that we were playing with, and it's early in the tournament. I was trying to go for value to make it seem like I was going for value. I do have a hand for showdown. I should have probably checked it here and got the showdown, but I thought that the only way I could actually win the hand was to bet the 15K here. And the cutoff goes into the tank, and he goes in for probably about a minute and a half. But like I said earlier, his name is Sticky Daniel Negreanu, and he decides to make the call. He flips over King Jack off, which is obviously my nemesis hand, and he takes down this pot, but I'm still up. I'm over the 40,000 chip starting stack, and I really don't let this hand bother me because I got a lot of information, and I've been working on my mindset over the last year, 2 years, where I just say, okay, I don't know if I played this hand correctly or not. You guys can tell me in the comments, I guess, but I'm just going to move on to the next hand. Thank you. We just finished level 12. This is break number 3. I got 72.5 from a 40,000 chip starting stack. Been up and down, just been grinding, been making good decisions, not putting my stack at risk. I did have pocket tens 3 times, won 2 of them, and one of them was an all-in. So we're gonna do the hand history right now. All right, so we are on the 800, 1600, 1600 level. I'm on the button with 10 of spades, 10 of clubs. Folds around to the low jack, who raises to 3200. Let me give you a little background on this player. He just got moved to the table a little while ago, and I already seen him show down a miss bluff and an all-in where the person folded. We don't know what they had, but he decided to show 7-9 offsuit and was telling the table how crazy he was, and he's there just to have fun. So when it comes to me on the button, I don't want to lose him. I just 3-bet to 5,400. I don't know if it's kind of light or not, but then again, still working on my tournament bet sizing, so let me know if that's not okay. And when it comes around to the low jack, he 4-bet jams for my stack, and he's got me covered. So at this time, I'm 32,000 effective. Been up and down, just hanging on and trying to make something happen. So I go into the tank. I'm looking at him. He's not really looking at me. He's just looking away. I do get him to talk, though. I ask him a few questions, some of the questions that I asked, just to see how he answers them. And this is probably the longest tank that I took in the tournament. And I was probably into the tank for about 2 minutes. I apologize to the table, but it was for my tournament. Then I call. There were some reasons why I called. I just went with my gut. I had a gut feeling that I had the best hand here. I called, and he ends up flipping over 7-5 of diamonds. The table was like, oh, really nice call. And I'm like, well, it's not over yet. So the flop comes 7 of hearts, king of clubs, jack of hearts. He did flop his 7, so he now has some outs and more equity in the hand. 3 of clubs on the turn. I'm still sweating, but the 10 of diamonds hits on the river. I actually set up. I didn't need it, but I was glad to hit it anyway. And I doubled through, and this pot was 68,000 to me. That's how I kind of build my stack right before the break. All right, we're officially changing the patch. We are now just running. Okay. Got pocket kings versus queens. We're all in. And we all.
That's flush.
Made the flush, and we all.
52. 52. 52.
First time I've seen Cowboys all night. All right, we're on the move to Paris.
Once again, all players and dealers in the $800 deep stack. Complete the hand you're on a 75-minute.
We're going to dinner break. I got 180,000. I think we're going to be coming back to 3,500, 7,000 big blinds. Not quite sure. I got to check the structure. All right. Another WSOP first. I never made it to the dinner break. I always busted out the round before the dinner break. So I got 180,000 in my stack, and we're going to dinner. Craig already has my food waiting for me because, as you can see, this is a madhouse, and sometimes it takes a while to get your food. All right, we're just about to come back from dinner break. There's 963 players left, and they're paying out 710 places. Min payouts is 1602. So you double your money. Let's do it. Trying to get that first WSOP cash. And I didn't really have to bluff everyone. Well, I might need to start. Thank you. You can shove them on in, that's all good. What you're seeing here is right after dinner break, the two biggest stacks at the table actually got it all in. Aces versus kings. There was a 5-bet jam with kings, and aces called it off. We're really close to the money, so I don't know why he put his stack at risk there with kings, especially after the 4-bet raise. But hey, to each their own. All right, I got 306,000, and we are hand for hand to be in the money. I told you at the start of this, I just wanted to get my first WSOP cash, and it looks like it's gonna happen. Let's go. Let's go. I'm so happy right now, but I don't want to act like an idiot.
If you're going to do the best of hands, finish at your table, please hold up stand-up players. If you're not playing a hand, now would be a great time to sell your 1K chips to the chip leader or one of the...
So if you're paying attention in seat 1, that's Sean Deeb. I'm just letting you know he's one of the best poker players in the world. And we're going to get involved in a hand. All right. There's Craig. There's the whip. That is Jamie Kerstetter at the table next to me. didn't want to be creepy, but I'll go back. Jamie.
Back here. Wait, go back to your side.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Once again, players, if your seats, please, that would be great. Make sure there's a turn area. All seconds, okay.
People are stalling. Well, you can't now. They're just waiting for the hands. Yeah, right. Well, that's no. It was Queen Jack of Diamonds. Queen Jack of Diamonds, and that's Sean D. And that's Sean D. So you, yeah.
Supposed to be sharp right this stuff.
So I fold Queen Jack of Diamonds in that area anyway, but I definitely folded there. I fold queens there.
The best two players in the floor,
Their setters have been crushing it, man. The setters are good. All right! We made the money! It's my first WSOP Cash. Let's go! Sean Deeves made the money 1,000 times, a million times.
Yeah, I would
Let's go! It's not over yet. What's up, everybody? Just bagged 605,000 for day 2. My phone's about to die. I am exhausted. I'm going back to the hotel to get a good night's sleep and charge all my devices. And let's go. Day 2, 359 players left. All right, let's get into the Sean Deeb hand. It actually, after the money bubble, people started jamming all in, going crazy because they already made the money. But I had a goal of making day 2. It's not that exciting, but I guess it is because it's for my whole tournament, and he's got me covered. I'm 305,000 effective. The levels are 6,000, 12,000 with a 12,000 big blind Andy, and it folds around to me, and I'm in middle position, and I have King of Spades, King of Spades, King of Diamonds. So I raised to 12,000. It folds around to Sean, who's in the big blind, and he 3-bets to 85,000. Comes around to me. I Hollywood a little. I actually don't even want to get involved in a hand with him right now, but I want to make day 2. So I jam for the rest of my stack. When it comes around to him, he asks me for a count. I start to count out my chips, and then he just says, "Is it under 400?" And I say yes, and he calls, and he flips over Ace of Clubs, Queen of Hearts, and the board runs out 9-7-7. Turn comes a 6 and Jack on the river, so the board comes out clean, and I win this $610,000 pot and guarantee me to making it to day 2. All right, soon after that, we bag up. I lose a little in the blinds, splashing around a little, but I bag up for 605,000, and we're back to the hotel. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm hopped up on Red Bull, and we're going to day 2. All right, everyone. Obviously, you see my finish here. I finished 280th place on day 2. I didn't want to vlog day 2 because I really want to concentrate on the tournament. Was card dead on the first level. I didn't make it past the second level. Just I didn't have any cards. The blinds were up at 15,000, 30,000, 30,000. I soon found myself about 9 or 10 bigs, and I looked at pocket sevens under the gun. I knew the blinds were coming around. I probably should have waited for a better spot, maybe one more round, but I jammed with my pocket sevens. Everybody folds over to the big blind who has me covered, and he ends up calling. He has pocket tens. I actually flop a gunshot straight draw because he makes his set, but it didn't work out for us. But I was really happy with my result, and I'm definitely happy with how I played and how I played the cash games afterwards. I did a lot of 20-40 limit at the Bellagio and just crushed that game over there. I'm going to put some pictures up at the end of this video. So thanks for watching the video. I had a fun time doing it, and I think I'm going to do more in the future. So like and subscribe. I really appreciate it.